Alright. We're connected. I looked over and saw something strange in the corner of the room. Oh shit! A DI sword. Or a D sword. The only assumption I could make when I laid eyes on it was that it was a sword. That looks like it almost looks like an energy sword from Halo. But the handle's different. But I wasn't sure most people who saw it would think that its design was complicated and frankly unrealistic. For some reason, looking at it made me feel uneasy. It made me feel really bad, actually. What? Just looking at it? What was that? If someone told me it was for cosplay, I'd probably believe them. If nothing else, it didn't match the image I had on the person in front of me. Had of the person in front of me. Not the Kei-san I knew from Shibuya News. Or the Kunosato-san who'd been cursing me out the whole night. Okay, so Kunosato is Gigalomaniac confirmed. Guess it wouldn't be crazy to assume, like, most of the main cast is. Did she maybe have a third identity? Maybe she was a famous cosplayer. Maybe she was a toy artisan who made life-sized weapons. Maybe it was an otaku who collected swords like this. Either way, it felt like a bad idea to mention it. Best to just ignore it. Best to pretend I never saw it. Anyway, it seems like Kunosato-san knew something. What was she thinking? Why was she holding out and telling us anything? Did she enjoy seeing us confused? Did she enjoy knowing things that we didn't? Was she trying to assume a bigger role in the story? Why did characters like this always act so arrogant when you saw them in movies and novels? Who the hell do you think you are? Just give us the damn information already. Also, why the hell did the music change? That's the whole point of your character, right? Are you trying to drag out the mystery so you can get more screen time? You're just a side character, so know your damn role. I guess the music is like the musical version of like a tone indicator, like slash joking slash silly. When he's saying stuff half-heartedly, this music plays. Oh, we're back to being serious. There's no way I could actually say that to her. So I just had to wait for her to start talking. More importantly, you.
Huh?
You, Miyashiro Takaru. Stop acting so bewildered all the time. Right, what is it? Crap, she's really scary. Is the Kei-san I loved, only image I created for myself? And is this girl who she really is? Kunosato-san stood by the wall and glared at me, oblivious to how I felt. What is your power?
Huh?
Oh, is that indicating that he's a psychic? So I guess because in the previous game, right, in Chaos at Noah, Gigalomania was just like a general thing where just like anyone could use mutual recognition to make delusions a reality. But it looks like in this game, Gigalomania is like specialized and each produces unique powers that others Gigalomaniacs can't do. It was so sudden that I didn't know what I'd been asked. Power? Who? Me?
Did
I told you before, right? That facility was heavily guarded. It wasn't the kind of place an amateur could get inside that easily.
それはたまたまですよ。なんか偶然とか重なってうまく入れただけです。
I just got lucky. A lot of coincidences happened. That's how I got inside. So is the whole like doors unlocking and the handkerchief being there all like his power? He has the power to unlock doors or something? Or maybe his power is actually, maybe someone does have a power that just unlocks things. The same person who unlocked the emergency exit is probably the same person that unlocked his phone. Who knows? Yeah, anyways.
隠すな。お前はそれを能力でやってのけたんだ。
Don't try to hide it. You used your power to do it.
だから違います。
You're wrong.
監視モニターがいきなり起動したのだってそうだ。
It's the same thing with the way the observation monitors turned on. What is she talking about? I don't have any kind of power. And hey, Kason, I respected you, so try not to disappoint me so much.
大体何を根拠にそんなことは。
What evidence do you even have for that anyway?
地下施設にお前たちが潜入しているのを見つけた時にな。お前かそっちの彼か。どちらかが能力者じゃないかと疑った。
When I saw you down there, I figured either you or he had to be a psychic. Could have saw some point at me and Ito in turn. Why not Onoe?
俺もすか？
Me too?
ああ。だが、お前の方はその後、何の反応も示さなかったからな。除外した。
Yeah, but you didn't show any signs of response after that, so I eliminated you.
反応？
Response?
11番目のロールシャッハ画像を見た時の反応。だよ。
When you saw the 11th Rorschach. Wonder if picturing it in your head can give your... Yep, it seems like it. Kasato-san's deep dark eyes are peering into me.
だが宮代拓郎、あの画像を見た時、お前は激しく動揺した。
But Miyashiro Takaru, when you saw the image, you reacted violently.
いや、だってあんな気色悪い絵ですよ。当たり前じゃないですか。
Well, I mean, that picture is really creepy, you know, so of course I did.
お前のはそういう反応とは全く違う。あの画像を見た時にどう感じた？思い出してみろ。
The way you reacted was different. How did you feel when you saw it? Tell me. The feeling I experienced when I'd seen the Sumo sticker image came back to me. When I looked at it, all the hairs on my body stood up on end and I was attacked by nightmarish illusions from which there was no escape. It was so scary that I couldn't help but look away from it.
じゃあ、身の潔白を証明するためにもう一度見てみるか？あの画像を。
Alright, want to look at it again to prove your innocence? Kunosato-san turned towards her computer and opened up a folder. She watched my face carefully as she clicked to move on an image inside the folder.
嫌です。
No.
やめてください。
No, please stop. I slowly sank to the floor and sat down, sweat pouring from my body. I looked away from the computer. I didn't have the courage to look at that image again.
いい加減にしてください。
Cut it out! Sarika interrupted with a yell. It was the first time in ages I'd heard her yell. I looked up to see her standing between me and Kunosato-san with her hands on her hips.
一体何なんですか？特に超能力ってそのアニメや漫画みたいな話真面目にしてどうかしてますよ。
What the heck do you think you're doing? Are you seriously calling Taku a psychic like this is an anime or something? You're crazy.
何？
Excuse me.
尾上。
タクは人が殺された場所とかでいっぱいあのシールを見てきてるんです。気持ちが悪くなるの当たり前じゃないですか。
Taku's seen those stickers at places where people have been killed, so of course they make him sick. That is weird. Like, okay, so multiple thoughts are running through my mind. On one hand, it's weird that Taku hasn't had reactions to sumo stickers, but he does have a reaction to the 11th Rorschach image. Unless he actually does have a reaction to sumo stickers. And we weren't aware of what the delusion was. And secondly, is it possible those sumos were placed at the crime scenes on purpose to trigger a delusion? Is that necessary to carrying out the crime?
私だってラブホの時のことを思い出して吐いちゃいそうになることありますけど
When I remember what happened to the Love Hotel, I feel like throwing up too. Maybe you have gigolomania. But she didn't react to the 11th Rorschach image, or was she even looking at the screen?
そんなくったらないことが証拠だって言うなら私にだって超能力があるってことになりますよね
If something that stupid is your proof, that makes me a psychic too, doesn't it?
いや、お前は違う。
No, you're not a psychic.
なんでですか
Oh yeah? And why not? Circa pushed harder. Whenever she thought I was in trouble, she would sometimes turn into a completely different person. She would try to protect me in a different way than Karusu. Make me happy and make me feel better, but...
おのえ、その、ありがとう。けど、ちょっとだけ抑えてくれ。
oh no way, thank you, but can you cool it for a little bit?
でも
What? But...
いいから、本当にサンキューな。
just back off for a bit, but still, thanks, really. There's no way I had any kind of psychic power. But I always suspected that powers like that were involved in this case somehow. So I wanted to hear what Kunosato-san had to say. Kunosato-san looked at me for a moment, questioningly, and then sighed. Then she took out her phone and made a call. The person on the phone didn't seem very happy about it, but they eventually gave their approval. She nodded and hung up the phone, then spoke.
また出かけるぞ。まあ、今度は命の危険はないだろう。安心するがいい。
I'm assuming that's Momose.
こんな時間によう来たのまだ閉店時間までは間があるゆえゆるりと過ごしてゆくがよい
It's awfully late for you to be visiting, but there's still time before we close, so enjoy yourself and relax. Kunosato-san took me to Cafe Lax. How does she know about this place? We're taken to a big table by the window. Come to think of it, I've been here not that long ago. Last time it was to listen in on the conversation between Aramura Hanae and Shinjo-san. It's kind of weird how this is supposed to be like a place nobody knows about, but everybody knows about it. While I was thinking about that, the person Kunosato-san had called walked into the cafe. They seemed upset. When I looked up and saw who was there, I gasped.
こんな時間によう来たのゆるりと過ごしてゆくがよい
It's awfully late for you to be visiting. Enjoy yourself and relax. Is that her way of saying, get the fuck out?
用が済んだらすぐに帰りますから
I'll be leaving as soon as I'm done.
遅かったな。
Is Hanae relate? I get it. Hanae is the older sibling to Uki.
私にだって準備くらいあるんです
Even I have to get ready to go places. Aramura Hanae? It's the girl I was just thinking about.
あれひなちゃんだ
Huh? It's Hina-chan.
どうもこれってどういうことっすかね先輩方
I really hope Hanae and Uki aren't related, just so it doesn't become a thing where anyone with matching hair color is related, and you can just tell the story, how it's going to end, just at a glance. But I guess they also have the white ribbons in their hair. But, I don't know. Okay. Hello, so what's going on here, everyone?
知らねえって。俺に聞かないでくれ。
No clue, don't ask me. I wasn't asking you. I don't know either. What's she inviting Aramura here for?
っていうか
And, you know.
久野里さん、便利に使って巻き込むのはやめてほしいって言いましたよね。
Kunosata-san, I told you stop dragging me into things just because you think I'm a useful tool.
互いに情報の提供をする。そういう約束だろ。
We offer each other information. That was the deal.
そっちばっかり私を利用してるくせに。
And yet, I never get shit from you.
いいから座れ。
Just sit down. Armora sighed, glanced at us, and sat down with a frown on her face. There was an awkward moment after we ordered our drinks when no one spoke.
それで、何なんです？
So, what's up? Once her drinks arrived, Armura, of course, was the first one to speak up.
口で説明するよりも見せた方が早いと思ってな。
I figured it'd be faster to show them than explain.
まさか、話したんですか？
Did you tell him? You didn't.
利用価値がありそうだと判断した。
I decided they could be worth using.
ほんと、勘弁してほしいんですけど。
Really, I wish you'd cut that out. From the way they were talking, Aramura must have known about these powers as well. And
つべこべ言わずに見せてやれ。
just stop whining and show them. Show them? Wait, she can't mean.
嫌ですよ、めんどくさい。
No, it's a pain in the butt.
宮代拓が能力者かどうか確証を得たい。
I want proof of whether or not Miyashiro Takaru is a psychic.
いやだからですね。僕はそんな。
No way, I told you, I'm not. I hope they're not gonna show him a sticker.
間違いなく、能力者ですよ。
He's a psychic, no doubt about it. Armor spoke as if it was the most normal thing in the world.
有村。
おい、本当か宮代。
Hey, is she right, Miyashiro?
信じられないよ。
I can't believe that.
だから僕は知らないって。
I told you, I don't know what she's talking about.
なるほどね。知らないというのは本当みたいです。無自覚なんですね。
Huh, I see it looks like it's true that he doesn't know. He has no idea.
無自覚も何も。有村はなんでそんなこと言い切れるんだよ。
Just how would you know, Aramura?
あれ？思い当たる節ありませんか？
Oh, you really have no idea.
そんなのあるわけ。
Of course I don't. If I had that kind of power, I would have used it for something.
でも、自分がこうなってほしいと思ったところで、いつも特別なことが起きたりしたでしょ？
When you want something to happen, something special always does, right?
例えば、例のラブホテルに先輩が潜入したとき、
For example, when he snuck into the Love Hotel. Oh, you think what happened was the door unlocked because of his psychic powers, and then his psychic powers wore off, so the door relocked? Is that how it works? So you're distorting reality and then reality shifts back to what it was supposed to be?
あの時、部屋には確かに鍵がかかっていたんですよ。なのに、先輩はどうやって入ってきたんです？
The door to the room was locked, so how did he get in, Senpai?
嘘だ。鍵は開いてた。
You're lying, it wasn't locked.
いいえ、閉まってました。けどいきなり開いたんです。だよね、セリ。
No, it was, but then suddenly it wasn't. Am I wrong, Suri?
う？
Serica hesitated for a moment, then looked at me.
確かに、ガチャって。
Yeah, I did hear a click.
尾上。
ほら、それが宮代先輩の能力です。
See? That's your power, Senpai. Unlocking things. Okay, so, well, if he has that power, then I assume no one else has it, because would they reuse a power? Which means they probably did not get into his phone. My power? No way.
おそらく望んだように物体を動かす能力、いわゆるテレキネシス、あるいはサイコキネシスか、それを持っている。
It's likely the ability to cause things to move. It's usually called telekinesis, but its other name, psychokinesis, might be more fitting for you.
病院の地下施設にあんな簡単に侵入できたのもそのおかげだ。
That's how you're able to get inside the hospital so easily.
本当かよ。
Are you serious? What about the handkerchief? That wasn't psychokinesis, was it? Ito's looking at me in shock.
いや待ってくれ。違う。
No, wait, that can't be right. Sure, when I went to the psych ward in the underground lab, a lot of the coincidences happened all at once. Doors that normally be locked weren't. And when I went down to the underground facility from the autopsy room, something got stuck and I was able to open the secret door. But
そんな特殊な能力なんて本当にあるわけ。
there's no such thing as psychic powers.
でもさ、宮代言ってたよな。今回の事件の鍵かもしれないって。
But Miyashiro, you said it yourself that they might be the key to this case.
それはそうだけど。
I did say that, but... Sure, I'd said that just a little while ago. But only after being told that I was a psychic did I finally understand. I hadn't really genuinely believed it. When it said it aloud, I'd acted like it's some brilliant theory, but in my mind, I'd still been treating it like fiction. I mean, just think about it realistically, how could I have something so crazy?
先輩、今から言う質問に全ていいえで答えてください。
Senpai, I'm about to ask you some questions. I need you to answer them all with the word no.
は？なんだよいきなり。
Huh? What's this all about?
いいから答えてください。いいですね。
Just do it, okay?
はい。
Okay. I nodded since it didn't seem like I was going to be given a chance to disagree.
自分のクラスの人間はバカばっかりだと思っている。
Okay, so this is one of those things. In, the first game. Where it's like the gates, the doors are open. You think everyone in your class is an idiot.
いいえ。
No? Okay, well I guess it's not.
でも本当はその輪の中に入りたいと思っている。
But you wish you could fit in with them.
いいえ。
No.
一人でカラオケに行ったことがある。
You've gone to karaoke by yourself.
いいえ。
No.
一人でカラオケに行ったけれど一曲も歌ってはいない。
You went to karaoke by yourself but didn't sing a single song. Is reality gonna change?
いいえ。
No.
クルス先輩と一緒に暮らしていた時、クルス先輩のお風呂を覗いちゃったことがある。
When you were living with Kurusu senpai, you peeked in on her when she was taking a bath. What the fuck is this kinda?
いいえ。
No.
なるほど、わかりました。
I see. I understand. What? Amura nodded and smiled.
わかったって何が？
You understand what exactly?
まず最初の質問。宮代先輩はみんなバカばっかりだと思ってますね。
Let's start with the first question, Miyashiro senpai. You really do think everyone in your class is an idiot, don't you? Does she have telepathy? The ability to read minds?
そんなことは。
That's not true.
それから次。そうは言っても本当は寂しくてみんなの輪の中に入りたいとそう思ってます。
Next, despite that, you're lonely and you wish you could fit in with them.
違う。僕は何の生産性もない会話になんて。
No, I'm not interested in their unproductive conversations.
カラオケに一人で行きましたね。
You went to karaoke by yourself, didn't you? He did.
それは新聞部の取材で言っただけだ。でも歌っては。
Just to do research for the newspaper club, I didn't sing.
それは嘘です。
That's a lie.
え？
本当は歌いました。
You did sing.
歌ってない。
I did not.
一曲だけですか？
Is it just one song?
だから歌ってないってば。
I told you I didn't sing.
なるほど。一曲だけ歌ったんですね。
I see, so it was just one song, huh?
おい宮代、本当か？お前あれだけ歌ってないって否定してたよな。
Hey Miyashiro, is that true? He kept insisting that you didn't sing, remember? Also, the last one. Last question. Ramura, how the hell do you know this stuff? Seemed like it would be a waste not to, so I actually did sing one song.
最後にお風呂でクルス先輩を。
Finally, when Kurusu-senpai was taking a bath.
もういい、やめろ。
Enough, stop it.
タク。
Sark got pushed down on her Garifrog Shroud, made a noise like the You Lose buzzer on a game show. Is this a TV variety show or something?
違うんだ。あれはユウトがいたずらして、今なら誰も入ってないって言うからドアを開けたら、それに慌てて目をつぶったから何も見てない。本当だぞ。
No, that was just Yuto playing a trick on me. He said nobody was inside, so I opened the door and I looked away quickly, so I didn't see anything. It's true. Do you have any idea what the hell I went through after that? Just remembering it terrifies me. Wait, no.
それが一体何だって言うんだ。
What's this all about anyway?
わかりませんか？今のが私の能力です。
Can't you tell? That's my power.
え？
他人の口にした言葉が嘘か真実かわかる。それが私の能力なんです。
I can tell what someone says is true or false. That's my power. Wow, oddly specific. So can you say, like... let me think. Is special relativity an accurate way of describing the universe? And then your power will say, yes, it's true, or no, it's false, and boom. Voila. She can tell when someone's lying. Can also be like, we will defeat the Committee of 300. Is that true or false?
Oh.
And then I finally realized the way Armor had acted and all things she'd said.
言葉に出してもらってもいいですか？
Can you say that out loud for me instead of just nodding? What was that about? Was that what that was about? Is what she's saying true?
いや、ホットリーディングやコールドリーディングって可能性もあるし。
No, it could be cold. It could be hot reading or cold reading. I mean, how the fuck did she know to ask those questions, though? Especially the last one. Or even the karaoke one. Like, you still have to formulate the question. Cold reading. A technique that uses the art of conversation, observation, and intuition to gain information about a target and make them believe that the person talking to them has psychic or spiritual powers. Since it has its uses in counseling, therapy, police interrogations, and sales, it is not necessarily considered to be a form of fraud, unlike hot reading. Hot reading, a method primarily used by self-proclaimed psychics and spiritualists where agents are used to learn about a target or subject in advance. The psychic then pretends that the information is gained through clairvoyance or mind reading, to make it seem like they have special powers.
ホットリーディング？
Hot reading?
つまり事前に調査してって後で自分で調べろ。
It's when you look things up ahead of time. Actually, just look it up on your own later.
ああ、もういい。面倒だ。
Forget it, this is taking too long. Kunosato-san looked annoyed and bored as she watched their conversation.
あれを見せてやる。それが一番早い。
Show it to him, that's the fastest way.
あれですか？こんなところで？
Show him? Here?
多分、宮代以外には見えないはずだ。
I don't think anyone but Miyashiro will be able to see it.
そうかもしれません。
Maybe.
けど、
But... Armor looked towards the ground. Show me something? Wait, what is she gonna show me? She nodded reluctantly and then suddenly stood up in front of me.
宮代先輩、
何
What?
よく見ててください。
Please don't do anything lewd. Oh my god. Watch carefully. And then she lifted up her skirt. No, that's not what happened. What are you gonna show me? I almost asked but then stopped. Suddenly, she stretched her right hand out to the side. She inhaled slowly and then seemed to pull something out of the air. Oh, DI sword. As I sat there astonished, she pulled something impossible out of empty air. Wow, that's a cool DI sword. It was warped yet elegant, ugly yet fascinating. It was inorganic and organic at the same time. It was as if it contained every shape in the world. It was a...
Ken?
That's probably the coolest swords on his head. A sword? Isn't this the same thing that Kunosato-san had at her apartment? The shape was different, but had the same terrible feeling to it. Alright, that's why... that's why he explicitly said that no one noticed it. Because he's the only one that can see it. But Harmura had just pulled out of thin air.
どうやったんだ
How did you do that? Harmura looked unhappy as she saw my shock.
やっぱり
Or, look, yeah, I did look.
見えるんですね。
So you actually can see it.
何の話？タク。
Huh? Well, what's she talking about, Taku?
剣ってなんだよ。
What do you mean, a sword?
見えないのか二人とも
Well, I guess that confirms that Onoe isn't one and Ito isn't one. I wonder if that's also how Mio knew, because they didn't react to the sword. You two can't see it? Saraka and Ito both shook their hands. Both shook their heads. That's impossible. It was huge. How could they not see it? I quickly looked around the room, but no one else. Not the customer or the employees was looking at the thing in Aramura's hand. No, they couldn't see it.
これで決まりだな。
That settles it.
どういうことなんですかこれ
What do you mean?
今、有村ひなえが手にしているもの。それが能力者の証だ。ディソードと呼ばれている。
What Aramura's holding can prove that someone is a sidekick. It's called a DI sword.
ディソード
A D sword? I'd heard her use that word before. I didn't realize that she was talking about this, though.
その状態のディソードは能力者にしか目視できない。つまりそれが見えるお前は間違いなく能力者ということだよ。
Only psychics can see D swords in that state. In other words, if you can't see it, it's impossible beyond any reasonable doubt that you're a psychic. Kunosato-san's cold voice dropped even lower than usual.
でも僕そんな能力なんて本当に使った覚えもないし
But I've never used any kind of power like that.
でも事実だ。
But it's true. I couldn't believe it. So much was going through my head that I couldn't think. I looked over at the DI sword again. Aramura fiddled with it and snorted.
まあ同じギガロマニアックス同士もう少し仲良くしときますかね先輩。
Well, as fellow Gigalomaniacs, we should probably get along, Senpai. Yeah, I guess you guys are all on the chopping block.
ギガロマニアックス
I remembered Kunosato-san using that word before, too.
我々は能力者のことをそう呼んでいる。ギガロマニアックスと。
That's what we call psychics, Gigalomaniacs.
呼び方なんかどうでもいいですそれよりやっぱり信じられません僕のそのサイコキネシスとかそんなの非科学的です
It doesn't matter what you call them. I still can't believe it. My psychokinesis, you called it? That's unscientific.
ああ、サイコキネシスというのはお前がイメージしやすいようにそう言っただけだ。実際はもっと科学的な概念が存在する。
Yeah, psychokinesis is simply the word I use to make it easier for you to visualize. There's actually a more scientific concept that exists to explain it.
科学的？
Scientific? I looked at Armor's sword skeptically. Scientific? That?
ああ、無理ですよ、久里さん。説明とかしてもさっぱりわかんないと思います。ちなみに私は一つも理解できてません。
Oh, I think you're wasting your time, Kunosato-san. Even if you explained it, he wouldn't understand a word. By the way, I didn't understand either when she explained it to me.
お前と一緒にすんな。僕はこれでも。
Don't think I'm like you. I'm actually...
はいはい。
Yeah, yeah. Damn it, she's pissing me off.
理解などしなくていい。ただ、最低限のことだけは覚えておけ。ギガロマニアックスの能力をカートゥーンに登場するような超能力と同じように使うな。そんな安易なものでも愉快なものでもない。
You don't need to understand it. What you need to understand is this. Don't use your giggly maniac power like you're in a cartoon. It's not that simple, and it's not that pleasant. A term primarily used to refer to anime TV series in Europe and America, cartoons mostly consist of simple good versus evil stories featuring characters from American comics as well as programs of a more comedic nature intended for younger audiences. In Japan, cartoons can be viewed via traditional cable television or subscription-based channels.
何が違うって言うんです？
What's different?
ギガロマニアックスの能力とは簡単に言えば自らの妄想を現実に変換する力だ。
The ability of a gigalomaniac is, put simply, the ability to transform their delusions into reality.
妄想現実に変換？
Transform their delusions into reality? What's she talking about? That's not scientific at all.
ディラックの海という言葉をまあ知らないだろうな。
Have you ever heard of the Dirac Sea? Never mind. Of course you haven't.
ディラックの海？
The Dirac Sea? Sarko started to fidget on the sofa. She probably couldn't follow what we were talking about at all, but she could tell that I was nervous.
確か量子力学の中の概念ですよね。
That's a concept from quantum mechanics, isn't it?
ほう、驚いたな。一階の高校生が知っているとは。
Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't expect a mere high school boy to know that. Aren't you in high school too? For some reason, a lot of people on the Japanese internet loved relativity theory and quantum mechanics. Schrodinger's cat, for example, had been discussed so many times by now that it was considered an embarrassment to even bring it up. So I knew a little.
真空を負のエネルギーに満たされた空間だと定義するんですよね。で、そこをディラックの海って呼ぶ。
It's defined as a vacuum filled with negative energy, right? That vacuum is called the Dirac Sea.
ああ、そうだ。ディラックの海はマイナスエネルギーに満ちた世界ということになる。
That's right. The Dirac Sea is a world filled with negative energy. Kunosato-san looked at Armora's hands as she held her D-sword. Then Armora smiled a little wickedly.
で、そのなんとかの海とこの剣を使って妄想を現実にできるんですよ。リアルブートっていうらしいですけどね。
And this, what's it? See, you use it in the sword to turn your delusions into reality. That's called a reboot, a real boot, based supposedly.
リアルブート。
A real boot.
ディソードは剣の形をしているが、実はただの武器じゃない。ディラックの海に干渉し、現実との間のパイプとなる端末だ。
The D swords are shaped like weapons, but that's not all they are. They're terminals that let you interfere with the Dirac Sea and then function as a pipe between it and reality.
ギガロマニアックスがその端末を用いると、本来、現実空間の中に存在できないはずの負のエネルギーを引き出すことができる。
By using these terminals, gigalomaniacs can draw out more negative energy than should normally be able to exist in reality.
するとホールセオリーによるペアクリエーションで粒子と反粒子が生まれる。それがエラーとなって他人の脳のデッドスポットに影響を与えるんだ。
Then, in accordance with Hole theory, pairs of particles and antiparticles are created. They become errors, which can affect the dead spots of others' brains.
脳のデッドスポット
Dead spots of the brain? Armor seemed to only half understand stuff herself, but I was completely lost by this point.
デッドスポットというのは人間の脳における視覚野の視覚だよ。
By dead spots, I refer to the blind spots in the visual cortex of the human brain.
そこに影響を与えられるということは、つまり自分の妄想をそこへ送り込み、妄想通りのものを相手に見せられるということだ。
Affecting these areas means transmitting your own delusions into them so that the target sees your delusions.
しかも相手にとってそれは完全な現実として認識される。
When that happens, the target perceives that delusion as a completely real phenomenon.
でもそんなのただの幻覚じゃないですか。催眠術と同じですよ。
But that's just a hallucination, isn't it? It's no different than hypnosis.
催眠術？そうか。じゃあその妄想を自分の周りの人間全員がリアルな現実だと共通認識してしまったらどうだ？
Hypnosis, really? Then what if every single person around you recognizes that delusion as reality?
共通認識
Every single person?
そうだ。さらにそれが渋谷中の人間の共通認識になったら。
That's right. And what if by everyone I meant every single person in Shibuya?
そしてその共通認識が東京中の人間、日本中の人間、果ては世界中の人間にまで広がっていったとしたら、一体誰がそれを現実じゃないと否定できるんだ？
I'm actually going to end it there.